better get a little drink of something here before we start here. And this is not alcohol, so you know.
Hey, so that's John's What's Good. I got a What's Good, too.
Yeah, I love that gift you got from your friend.
Yeah, I got this from my friend Kathy.
Kathy with a C or a K?
With a K.
Does that make
I was like,
sense?
God, add it.
Wow.
Don't listen to this, Kathy.
Okay.
But it has my name on it.
Yeah.
And then on the back, it's, you are strong, you are brave, you are capable, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are loved.
Something we should be saying to ourselves
Every day. Every day. Every day.
It's not arrogant. It's not egotistical.
No.
It's just
everybody's beautiful. Everybody.
It's like the song, everything is beautiful in its own way. Ray Stevens.
Oh my gosh, you just pulled up these names. Because I'm thinking, who sang that?
Yeah.
Was it Lionel Richie?
Well,
No.
I love Lionel Richie, yeah.
But Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens, who did all those novelty songs back in the day.
Yes. Like.
And again, if you're under 50 years old right now and you're thinking Ray Stevens,
Well, I'm
look
only
it up. Look it
32,
up. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you just turned 32, right? That's right.
Huh. So, yeah. So something like this, I really appreciated. You know,
It's just a great gesture.
It is. And also what I appreciate is I'm very lactose intolerant. So I've been sneaking in some things that I shouldn't have.
Ah.
But I do love this plant-based, substitute, I guess, in my cereal called Ripple.
Ripple.
Yeah.
Like the ripple effect.
It's really, yeah.
Right.
Was there an alcoholic beverage called Ripple?
Not sure.
I don't know. Didn't people like make Ripple in their basement or something?
Ripple sounds like it'd be a great name for like a goldfish or something.
Come here, Ripple.
Hey,
I'm going to
Ripple.
feed you. No, but what I just discovered today is I do not like this in my coffee.
No.
No,
you
it's
don't.
too sweet.
Yeah.
But I think they sell an unsweetened one, so I'm going to have to get that. But that's, yeah, I was very happy to have this. Everyone's got these travel mugs. It's a really pretty, travel mug, and I never used one.
Wow.
I just never did.
After
But
all
now-
these years, now you're using it.
Do you use one? I never see you come in with one.
My wife Patty uses them every now and then. The only thing is she doesn't let me take them out of the house because I lose them.
Where do you lose them, John?
It's, I'll bring it to the radio station.
Oh, I see.
I'll bring it to the gym, and you know me, I'm a squirrel. I get distracted really easy. I'll put something down. I go through so many sunglasses.
Oh, no.
That's why I only spend like $5 or $10 on sunglasses.
Yeah.
They're probably not doing their part in helping me with the UV rays and all that, but I lose them all the time.
You know, I used to always break my sunglasses. You know, I was kind of known for that.
You sit on them sometimes?
Sit on them, step on them, whatever. But then when I got a prescription one,
Mm-hmm.
and with the frames, and it came to $600.
$600?
You know what's funny about that? Years I have not broken anything. I don't lose them.
Now, what changed? It was
The value.
the value.
It was the value.
You know, think about that. I mean, tap water doesn't cost you anything. And then you might go get a bottle of water for $1. But then you go to a Yankee game and it costs you $30 for a bottle of water. The water's still the same, but what changed?
Yeah.
Right?
Your perception about
Right.
it. Yeah.
That's a really good point what you're saying before. Yeah.
I'm making a good point
You
here.
are. You're, here's my big word for the day. A salient point.
Wow. You're fancy today.
Well, I have a book in the radio station. It's called Big Words. And I use one big word per show. That's my quota. That's it. This morning on the radio, I used axiomatic.
What is that?
Certain things are axiomatic in life, like it's a given.
You know,
Like Joyce, you're the axiomatic author.
I want people to start speaking like that again. No, I do, because the English language is getting lost and reduced and boiled down to
Whatever.
no, how it's like IRL. Like I didn't when my grandson walks in my room and he says, "Yeah, like IRL." Now, that was like a year ago, and it was like, okay, so what are you saying?
Yeah.
And he says IRL in real life. I said, can't you just say in real life?
Right. Or they'll say IDK instead of I don't know.
All
IDK.
of that. all of that. So, yes, I found that when you use big words, and I only had a couple of them, and it had to do with an attorney that I was speaking with.
Oh, Joyce, that is so superfluous.
See, I love this. So it was only like a couple of them, like what? I can't even think of it now, but it's self-governing. What is that word?
Self-governing.
Yeah, there's one, autonomous.
Autonomous, yes.
Right. So I was explaining that my job makes me more autonomous to do certain things. And I found certain things just unconscionable. And I used another word, and I found that there were like 3 words if I use in a meeting that I actually got more respect.
Right.
I saw them looking at me differently. I want that book that you have.
Well, you're like the quintessential linguist. How's that?
Bravo.
And this is all impromptu, folks. This is impromptu.
Totally.
Wow.
Like, what the heck?
People are going to think we're smart, but,
we're just memorizing words.
Exactly. Other people know better.
No, but I like that. What's the name of that book? It's actually...
I made it up. I mean,
there is no book?
I was kind of goofing around with that. You could probably get a lot of that in like the thesaurus.
Well, how did you learn that big word today?
The thing is, I spent a lot
You
of
were
time.
smart, see?
I spent a lot of time listening to podcasts, and also verbal, and just I'll maybe the word of the day type thing. And,
yeah.
And then I'll ask Siri, what does that mean? Siri knows everything.
Oh, that's true.
Siri, what does that mean? What's the difference between leavened bread and unleavened bread?
Yeah.
When you're reading the Bible and all.
Right.
It's the yeast, as you know, because you're a baker.
Yeah. I think readers in general have a better vocabulary.
Well, leaders are readers. I learned that the best leaders on the planet are readers.
Yes.
They read. And I think, and you're in a position, and so am I, Medico, where we're leading people. And how can we pour into people and lead if we don't read?
Mm-hmm.
I think we owe it to other people.
But when you come across a word you don't know in a book, always stop and check it. Or I ask Alexa.
Alexa
or
loves
Siri. Me.
She loves you.
Yeah.
Siri loves me.
No, I have 3 of them in the house, but the one that's in my bedroom knows me best. So when I thanked her the other day, sometimes she'll say, "You're so welcome." But you know what? There was a pause. And then she sang to me. She sang a little thank you song to me.
Aww.
And I always tell her, I love you, Alexa.
Yeah, my wife Patty was asking Siri something or Alexa at one point, and she goes, "Thank you." And Siri goes, "Sure thing."
Aw.
I mean, that was fun. Sure thing. It's just so cool.
Yeah, but then, like, my very wise tech grandson will walk in. And he will say, "You do know she's listening to everything you say, and they're just compiling data on you."
Well, that's what they say with Alexa. They say that with TikTok. A lot of people that were being spied upon.
Right. And I said, "I don't care. She's nice to me."
I got nothing to hide.
I don't think I do.
Okay, maybe I do. Let's. Can we edit that, Stephanie? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So John, you and I were talking about mindset before we
everything.
Before we started. Mindset. So when people say, "How do you do this?" or "How do you stay so positive, John?" or "Joyce, how are you handling everything you handle at home?" Because I handle a lot at home. And I can't stop to think about it. I just have my mindset that this is what I do. This is my life right now. And this is what I need to do without complaining every day
You're like horses in the Kentucky Derby. They have the blinders on, right?
Yes, that's what I feel. Straight. What a great analogy. You like that word analogy?
No, that's kind of a big word.
Kind of. That's a weak one. I know.
It's a weak one. But it's still, we'll put it in that category.
Okay.
It makes you feel good.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't want to impugn you.
Show up.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're getting me off track now. I'm going to have some more coffee.
Yeah.
My sweet coffee.
Yeah.
But, no, but it is everything, is a mindset. Like I said, I can complain every day about it. And there are days that I do complain about it, and I voice my complaint. Just say, okay, enough. Right. But I don't dwell on it. I don't let it overtake me because I'm too selfish and protective of my mind and my body to do that.
Well, that's a good selfish.
It is a good
protective.
selfish.
Just like you're protective of, those you take care of.
Yes.
Their well-being.
Yes. Yeah. There's a new medical procedure that I have to do for my grandson every night. And it's like sometimes I actually almost falling asleep and realizing, oh, I didn't do it. And until he's used to doing this, procedure, I'm doing it. And I just stop the negative thinking about it and thinking,
you got that mindset. You're focused.
Yeah, this is going to make him feel better. He's eventually going to learn how to do it himself. And we're going to be meeting with the doctor about it, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like I can switch that on and off as every one of you can. You can stop that negative, banter in your mind.
You don't like the banter going on, change the channel.
Yeah.
Change the channel in your mind.
Right.
You don't like a certain TV show, change the channel.
Right.
Right. And you're doing the same thing with that. The negative thoughts come in, you can easily alleviate them. And just, change the channel, replace it with a positive thought.
Right.
What's good today?
And you know what? It takes an average of 21 days to really change any bad habit in your life.
Yeah, tell us about that, Joyce, because, some people say 21 days, some people say 30 to change a habit.
I think the shortest would be like, give it a good 21 days.
21 days, yeah, okay.
So in my private practice, I would tell people, from the time you were probably 4 years old, let's say you put your right foot into your right shoe every morning, because we're not really conscious of that, but we mostly do the same foot every day. I said, but for the next 21 days, I want you to be very aware, and I want you to pause and put your left foot in the left shoe. But mark it on your calendar. On the 21st day, go back to putting your right foot in. And every single person came back and said, you know what? My left foot was looking for that shoe on the 21st day. I couldn't even remember that I put my right foot into that shoe. So that's how quick your mind will accept something new. So whether it's you're trying to give up smoking or you're, whatever it is.
You gave up smoking in one night or one day, didn't you?
I gave it up in one night. I gave up drinking in one night, and I started eating healthy in one night.
Really? All in the same night?
All in the same night. Because
that's an episode sometime down the line. But that's mindset. We could touch on that now a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
I like
do
that.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's really
because when people say, I can't.
You can,
it's like,
you can.
Yes. So I went to my doctors. Since I was 9 months old, I was not diagnosed. I was hospitalized with pneumonia. So my lungs have always been an issue. And then I became asthmatic. And I had, bronchitis all the time. I had pneumonia and all that stuff. And then I was stupid enough to smoke, probably starting as a teen. And then one day, when I was older, I went to the doctor and he said, Joyce, if you keep this up, you're going to have a very short life. And
that puts a fear in you.
And I was drinking a lot then. This was like the early 80s when everybody was. Not you, John, but there was a lot of happy hours and, like
never happy.
Working in marketing. And
yes.
I was always going out where people were ordering drinks and you're eating a lot. And those happy hour pickings are really not so healthy.
No, those calories add up in those too.
Right.
Oh,
so I was overweight and I was drinking and I was smoking. And when I left that doctor's office, I went to at the time was Caldors and Brantford,
Caldors. I used to
which
love
is now
shopping there.
Kohl's.
Yeah.
And I bought myself an exercise bike. It was a small little exercise bike. I hadn't been exercising really especially during that time, or walking. And I took all the cigarettes in my house. I threw it in the trash. I took every bottle of wine and brandy that I had in the house, and I poured it over, almost like it was a ritual I was doing. And I poured it over the cigarettes, and I said, I am done with you. And then the thought came, oh, I have a party at my apartment next week.
Oh, no. And I just got rid of all this brandy.
And, how am I going to pull this off? And I said to myself, well, you'll figure it out. So when the party happened, and it was a pizza party, and I did have wine. I did buy some wine for the people. But what I did was I poured myself some sparkling water in a nice wine goblet, and I put a piece of lemon over the glass.
Yes.
And then I took off, probably the opposite of what you would do. I took off all the cheese off the pizza, and I took the salad that I had, and I put salad on top of it, and I rolled it sort of like a taco, and I ate that. And when people said to me, who were smokers, Joyce, you want to step outside and have a cigarette with me? I didn't say, oh, I gave up smoking. It's so hard. I said, no, I don't feel like having one right now. And the moment I did that, I realized I was teaching my brain that this is easy. I wasn't saying it was hard. And no one asked if I were drinking or not, because they assumed that I was. No one noticed what I was eating. People aren't really staring at you.
Right.
And then when I would go out with others for dinners or lunch, whatever, and people would say something like, do you want, what are we ordering for dessert? And I said, I don't really feel like having dessert right now. It's like, okay, I'm just going to have a cup of coffee. Want to have a cigarette? When they walked out, you want one? I said, no, I just don't feel like having one right now.
Great answer.
And John, it was as easy as that.
Right.
In fact, the only time, I'll admit to this, that I took a sip of liquor was I was on a plane ride that was going really bad. And
you needed to be somewhat sedated.
Yeah.
Or at least mildly.
It was like 2 hours of being on a roller coaster.
Oh, well, yeah.
And the man next to me had a little bottle like of vodka, and he was really reassuring. He said, I've been on many flights. Don't worry about this. And people were oohing and eyeing like you're on a roller coaster. It was like, I mean, there was a lot of kind of noise going on. And so I took a swig of the vodka. But when we landed, he said he put his head to the front seat, and he just put his head down on the front seat. And he said, now I'm going to tell you, this was the worst plane ride I have ever been on.
Wow.
I thought for sure we were going to crash.
Yeah.
I am going to kiss the ground.
Sure.
So that's the only time that I thought, oh, well, if I'm going to die, then I might as well take, some alcohol.
Sure.
But that was it. And then I wondered.
Well, that was reassuring him to say that. He was just trying to calm your fears.
Yeah. And I think it helped him to act calm in front of me. But my nails were dug into this poor man. I don't know his name.
He probably still has nail prints to this day locked in.
Scars in there.
Right.
But that's what really, really taught me. And that was back in, that was 85. That I'm no one special. If I can do this, anybody could do this. People go cold turkey all the time. Betty Ford did not have clinics and help for people who wanted to quit smoking. So that all these thoughts started coming into my head. That talking about smoking now in general, that the patch company is owned by the same people who sell the cigarettes to
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
So
Is that kind of incestuous or what?
yeah, so I did not want to put a patch on me. I didn't do anything like that. I just told myself every day that I no longer liked the taste of it. And what it was a form of self-hypnosis. That led to for me to become a certified hypnotherapist. And the rest is history from that. But I do remember when I was going to college that my doctor recommended, because I was always an overachiever, because initially all through school I was an underachiever.
Right.
I just wanted friends. Right. But then when I got
my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in college, like I really wanted to succeed. I really wanted to be a therapist. And I would get dizzy. I wasn't eating properly. I was studying all night. I had 2 little kids at home. And it was a lot. It was a lot. He said to me, a very conservative doctor, Dr. Stanley Roth, said, you need to see Dr. It was Michael so-and-so across the street from the hospital. And he is also a hypnotherapist. And he said, I don't think you need medication. I think you need to, I don't think he used the word mindset, but he said you need to learn how to relax. So I went to see him.
And that was sage advice as you look back.
Yeah, he was. I loved that man. Really, really loved that man. It was a big part of my life since I was 19 years old. And so when I went to see him, I wasn't sure. I was a little bit, afraid in a way, like, what is this? And he asked me, like, what's the most anxious part of your day? And so I told him. And then he said, well, just relax. And I just relaxed and close your eyes. And he had me go through this scenario of, okay, you are here. And as soon as you walk in here, you suddenly feel yourself relaxed. Like you really enjoy this. And that was it. And I left. And then the next day, when I went to that area in school, I didn't realize it at first, but I was really relaxed. And I thought, oh, feels good. This is so odd. I said, oh, I remember him saying this. So your mind will accept,
basically whatever you tell it.
It does in a sense of what you want.
Right.
So the one thing that people have a misconception about hypnotherapy is that you're going to quack like a duck and they can make you do anything. That is stage hypnosis. So stage hypnosis is people know what they're doing. They really do. They're doing it. It's part of the act and all of that. What if you didn't want to do it? No hypnotherapist can force you to do it. It's what your mind wants you to do. So those people feel like they want to be part of the act.
So you have to be receptive.
Yes.
Open to it.
Yes. So when most people visit a real hypnotherapist, they're coming for serious issues. So they want to change. And so my job then is to find out what they want and then help their mind remember that the first time anyone ever smokes a cigarette, you either smoke. When you smoke it, you either gag, you cough, you get lightheaded. Some people even feel numbness in their legs. But what happens is you begin saying to yourself, but I love smoking. I want to smoke. I feel good when I smoke.
It calms me down after a tough day at work.
Right.
Gotta have that cigarette with that glass of, whatever.
Yeah. So you've become the hypnotist on the other side, convincing your brain that this is what you want. And your brain does whatever you tell it. Like one of my favorite therapists told me she was going to write a book one day called My Stupid Brain. And it is because the brain will if whatever you keep saying, it will accept it, it will absorb it. So having that in the back of my mind when I did that with the cigarettes and that. So within a pretty short period of time, I lost about 40 pounds, which I have never put back on.
Yeah. You're still lean and mean.
And
lean and nice.
lean, sometimes mean. I'm tough with myself.
Yeah.
But so that just showed me the power of the mind. It really gave
Neuroplasticity. Is that right?
neuroplasticity.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah, another big word you're using, John.
I know.
That's
I know. Are you impressed with that? My wife is just going, oh, she's rolling her eyes now. There he goes again. Yeah.
So I think that's the message for today. I didn't mean to even talk about this, but
But that's so important that you were able to do that all in one day.
I did it.
Those three components
did it.
in one day.
I did. And I did carry some like gum and mints with me in case I felt like I needed it.
Did you need it?
No.
No?
No. I just remember it being really easy, and I emphasized to myself how good I felt.
Yes.
I was saving money, and I felt better, in general. But I never told anyone. I just did it. In fact, one of the people in our little gang, I saw him like almost 2 years ago, and he was in the hospital in very bad shape, and he has since passed. And he's even a little younger than me. And because he never stopped doing a lot of things. But he said, he said, no, I was with you then. I don't remember that you quit smoking or you quit drinking. I said, yeah, I did.
Right.
I did. It was January 1985. And he's like, you did? I said, yeah, I just never talked about it, and no one ever
40
noticed.
years ago. You were smoking when you were 7?
I was.
Jeez.
I was. Actually, I did start young. I think it was about 12.
12? Really?
Yeah, because the girlfriend I had was 3 years older than me.
Oh, want to hang around with the older girls and kind of be hip?
Yeah,
And that.
yeah. And then she fooled me one day. She gave me I needed a glass of water. And this is something you should never do to anyone. It was pure vodka.
Ooh.
And we just came in from outside and we're sweating.
Yeah.
And I downed it and I couldn't breathe.
Oh.
No, it was bad.
Yeah, that's a cruel joke.
That was very cruel.
Very cruel.
That was very cruel.
With a super hot day when you're dehydrated anyway, and liquor dehydrates you.
But she was one of those really good St. Mary's girls.
Oh, really? She's doing that?
She taught me how to drink and smoke at a very young age. Yeah. But I'm just saying that your mind is way more powerful than you realize. And it's not a lot of hard work when you don't keep telling everyone it's hard work. So just say it's easy to do.
And now, so are the aphorisms that you have right there on that gift you were gotten. You're strong, you're brave, you're capable, you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're loved. Those things are not arrogance of people. I can't say that to myself. That's egotistical and arrogant. No, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, it's not like you're doing it in a whole room full of people. I mean, when you're waking up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you just, too many times we all look at the flaws. What do you like about yourself? What's good about you?
Yeah, and I think the word beautiful can mean a lot of different things. It doesn't
externally.
It could mean that, life is beautiful. I'm a creation. I'm here for a reason.
Right.
So
God created
it's all
this
good.
magnificent machine.
It
It really did.
Yeah, you did create that.
He did.
No, and you kept it going. We have free will.
We do. We do make those choices.
Yes.
But like you, I mean, you're a fitness fanatic in a sense, and that's a positive, then so am I.
Yeah.
I mean, I consider myself a fitness, that's maybe a strong word, but yeah, I'm fanatical about that.
Yeah. I just make sure I do it every day. During that car accident and what I'm going through with my back hasn't been easy, but I make sure I move every day.
You don't use it as an excuse.
No.
I see so many people come to the gym, and they have even older people. I mean, they have oxygen, they have bags that they're bringing in, they have, a walker.
Good for
and
them.
they still find a way to get there.
Good.
And I admire them. So I said, what's my excuse?
Yeah.
If they're able to get here. So you're always looking at it's mindset.
Yes.
It's mindset.
It is.
We are what we think.
It is.
So thank you so much again for tuning in, watching, listening, wherever you may be. And please share this podcast with your friend, your colleague, your family, your enemies, whoever you think needs this. What's Good with John and Joyce, available for free on YouTube and all the major platforms. And we appreciate you so much, and we hope that your mindset keeps getting better. Remember, you're so much better than you think. You could do so much more than you think.
Absolutely.
You're worthy of it all.
Yes.
Thank you. What's Good with John and Joyce. Till next time.
Bye for now.
Bye.